Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today I'm talking crypto exchanges. We have Voyager Digital coming out with just some astounding fiscal quarter 3 earnings, and man oh man, like for a small company, they're a whole lot less small than they were. They're still small compared to Coinbase, and that also leads me on to Coinbase, talking about them, and I can see those as being in direct competition with one another. And even though right now I still believe Coinbase to be the leader overall, Voyager certainly isn't giving up without a fight. I think that they really have a lot going for them, and I really think it's going to be these results are going to be a catalyst for their stock price going into tomorrow's trading day. So I'd like to share out what I know with all of you. Let's get ready to rock. Alright, so check it out. Here we go on Seeking Alpha. This is just a little bit of the summary of what they were talking about in their earnings call today. So Voyager Digital fiscal quarter 3 revenue of over $60 million compared to only $282,000 a year ago, and that's just incredible. So let's just call that 300,000. So times 2, that would give us 600,000, and so times another 100 on top of that to get up to 60 million. I mean, this 200 times bigger for what they had from a year ago, and that's just astounding growth. I mean, I know we had a lot of growth in crypto, but still, even so, this is just crazy for Voyager Digital. So you can look $53.5 million increase in fees, $6.6 million increase in interest revenue, and then they also talk about the net loss of $68.56 million compared to $1.69 million a year ago. So their company has really just blown up over the past year with crypto, and Voyager is one of those momentum play type companies, and it really does have a cult-like following behind it. The people who use Voyager are really dedicated to Voyager. It'd be neat to see a metric that says who has Voyager versus who has Coinbase, and really look at those two things. Alright, so we'll just set up a quick poll, and I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter yet, something that I'm building, but for people who search Voyager and Coin, these should come up. Hopefully they win on it, and we can take a look later and see how people really respond to this in the future. There you go. And by the way, if you care to check me out on Twitter, it is at the Dr. Stock. I am pretty new to the Twitter scene. Not a whole lot going on there. I do link out my videos there, but I'm getting more into the social media aspect, really focusing on growing my channel and also offering more to the people who subscribe to me and follow me. So let me get back to this. All right. So Voyager, they are much smaller than Coinbase, but they are very popular. There's a lot of people who really hold tight to Voyager Digital for their crypto exchange. And when you look through here, some of the other things that we see, there's the operating profit of $30 million, 50% margin on that, and for a tech company, that's a decent margin. There's some that run higher, there's some that run lower. I'll have to look up the margin that we had coming from Coinbase. Coinbase, I feel like it was higher than that. For some reason, 80% rings a bell. I could be way off. Feel free, if you know their operating margin for Coinbase, go ahead and put it in the comments, and you can also cite a reference there as well. And I appreciate that. I could go back, I could look it up again. I did read through it the last time that they reported earnings, just didn't stick in my head. So let's move on from there. So they have their net cash year to date. Moving on, here we go. This is the next thing that I was really interested in. So their principal volume traded for the third quarter of 2021, and again, these are fiscal quarters, $5 billion compared to $350 million of principal value traded in Q2. So if we look at that just from one quarter to the next, I mean, if we go 10x, that's 3.5 bill, and they're at 5 billion. So they're beyond 10 times the principal traded volume. So there's a lot of trades going through, lots of growth that we see coming out of Voyager Digital. So cash and cash equivalents. So there you go. They have about 150 million at the end of the quarter, and that look at that increase. They had about 5 million when it came to June 30th of 2020. So that's just again more astounding growth that we see, and that's the theme throughout all here. As far as working capital goes, look how much they have to work with now. Almost $100 million of working capital compared to 200,000 in June 30th. So almost a year ago, and I mean, just again, incredible amounts of growth. From what they had before to what they have now. So for that one, if we went 5 times, that would be 1 million and then 50 times after that would be, well, I'm sorry, 5 times would be 1 million, and then another 10 on top of that would take us out to 10 million. So this is like 500 times the working capital that they had last year. So that should really help them to accelerate their business. And right here they talk about their expectations in the next 12 months. So adding liquidity providers and exchanges. This liquidity is absolutely huge in those different currency pairs, and this is something that Coinbase really emphasizes, and with the institutional investors, which is huge for Coinbase. And I don't know the numbers for Voyager, how much institutional investment they have here, how many institutions are putting large amounts of their crypto and their funding into Voyager, and judging by their size, I don't think it's a lot. I think I'll get to some of the other numbers soon for Coinbase. But when you look at Voyager, working on that liquidity is going to be huge, because people want to make sure that they can make the trades when they want to make the trades, that they're not stuck waiting, minutes or even hours or even seconds. We're very impatient. We want those trades to be as instantaneous as possible. And so that's really going to help out. If they do increase their depth of liquidity, I think that they're going to be able to add to it. I think that they're going to be able to increase it. Will it be substantial enough? For their sake, hopefully. I like Voyager as a company. It's not one that I'm well read on. I'm much better read on Coinbase. However, I could see there being a place, even if right now it's a smaller place for Voyager, I still think that they have a good thing going. They talk about expanding into European and Canadian marketplaces, and then here they talk about their development and refining the expansion for the functionality of the platform. Always a good thing. That's sort of a given anytime that you're dealing with tech. You're always looking for ways for further development and refining and expansion to really just keep up with the competition that surrounds you. Or if you're the person in the lead, you got to work to stay in the lead. You got to kind of fight scared when it comes to that. So here, engaging in strategic acquisitions and ventures and obtain New York State BIT license. So for Voyager, they have a lot going on. They have a lot to look forward to. They are small, and I don't know that they can keep this sort of rapid growth that we saw, but it is nice to see some people who have already invested in Voyager. I'm not one of those people. It is on the OTC markets, so I don't believe that there's after-hours trading. So we'll see tomorrow when market opens, we could see just an eruption in their stock price, because I don't think that it's been totally accounted for yet. This came out at 5:40 p.m., so it was probably an after-hours announcement for their earnings. So after 4 p.m., when the market makers aren't there in order to trade these things, then we have to look for the investment opportunities tomorrow when the market opens at 9:30. So Voyager, here's just another thing, real small, from Seeking Alpha. I just wanted to show this percentage for quarter over quarter, almost 1,600% growth quarter over quarter on their revenue. So congratulations to Voyager Digital. I wish you the best of luck, and I also wish all of the investors in Voyager Digital, whether it's through the crypto exchange in the cryptocurrencies or directly through the stock, which you can see the ticker symbol here, and that it is on the OTC markets, closing at about $19. We'll take a look at the chart soon. I just wanted to give you a quick look at this part of their presentation. So in March of 2021, they had over 3.3 billion of assets on their platform in March of 2021. So with the sell-off, it might be a little bit smaller than that now. I'd have to look and see if they go ahead and make that announcement or not. But that's 660 times growth over what they had in December 2019. So 2020 was a great year for them, and this most recent quarter for them has also been astounding. All right, so here we're looking at the daily chart for Voyager, and you can see this blue line here is the 50-day simple moving average that we're looking at, and it started trading below that, and that can act as resistance for us. It is, however, up above this positively sloped 200-day exponential moving average that we have here. So still bullish overall. This can act as a line of resistance for us. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if we trade up to or maybe even exceeding that. Maybe it would even take us up to the next resistance level that we have beyond that. Maybe this high that we have over here of about $24 per share. Really, market bias, overall market bias is really going to impact what we see going on with Voyager Digital. And also these different resistances that we have, those are also going to be mitigating factors that are also present. If this thing does happen to go 20% up from where it's at now, let's just call it 20 bucks, that's a $23 trade. And so breaking that resistance right there, over a 20% gain, there might be a decent swing trade here coming up. And even if we look at this based off the lows, it looks like we were hitting a line of support right here at about $15. And I can't imagine that after results that Voyager just put out that they're going to come back down to that resistance anytime soon. They're very forward looking, and right now their growth metrics, even if they're ones that aren't going to keep up in following quarters, as long as they keep showing that growth, as long as they keep on increasing the amount of margin that they produce, I think that Voyager is going to have a decent run for a little while. And the nice thing is it's less than a tenth of a price per entry per share compared to Coinbase. So for somebody who would be investing smaller amounts of cash, this one might be a little bit cheaper. Like I said, you can play this as just a very short-term trade, because I'd imagine tomorrow after these earnings come out that we're going to see some really positive momentum, some upside, some very good upside pressure on Voyager stock price. Just a quick look at the analyst estimates. So these estimates, I believe, are all from the prior to those earnings coming out. So we had a very bullish case for 45.34, and this is on 3 analyst estimates, by the way. So this not being dead in the middle of the low estimate of 23.08 and 45.34. So the other estimate must have also been to the lower side, closer to this side, dragging that average down to about $30.64. I think tomorrow's going to be strong. I think at least taking us up that 20% to about that $23 per share. It could be a great day for Voyager. I think the trouble is going to be getting in at a low enough price to really take advantage of it. So for me, I might take a short-term play on this. It's one that I would act as a trader more than an investor. And again, this is my own personal take. I don't currently have a position, but I would definitely consider trading this tomorrow when the market opens. And depending on its performance, I might just let some of that ride, maybe just take the profits, and then after profit, just let whatever other shares that I have sit and wait while I kind of mull it over a little bit. So that way I'm completely de-risked, 100% risk-free, because I took my profits off of it, and the rest that I'm letting it ride on are just the remainder of whatever profits would also be there. So I wouldn't be losing any money on the trade. Again, that's if it goes as I expect it to tomorrow. All right, so Coinbase, you can see it's had a really rough start from its DPO that it came out back on the 14th. Now we're over a month in, and today was actually a pretty good day for Coinbase, bringing us up to $242 a share. I grabbed a couple positions back here on this day when it dropped down to 208. And those have already paid for themselves. Overall, however, I'm still down a little bit of cash on this one because I did buy higher. I think 275 was my initial position. I haven't purchased anything higher than that. I think Goldman Sachs came out and put a $371 price target on this, so a 12-month price target of $371. So that's about 50% upside from where we sit right now for Coinbase, and its price is very much tied to what we see in the crypto markets, and really that strength coming back to Bitcoin and Ethereum, Cardano, all those other assets that would happen to be present, the majority of which that Coinbase holds on their platform. The major asset is Bitcoin. Ethereum takes a large second, but not even half of what they have in Bitcoin. And then after that is everything else, which is a minority to the other two, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So as we see those prices change in the crypto market, Coinbase is also going to change right along with it. So we can expect that to happen. So if we do get another drop in the crypto space, we can expect more buying opportunities, in my opinion, because I'm bullish on Coinbase. And like I said, I do have a position in Coinbase. If we see another drop in the crypto market, I think that we could see more strength come back in, or another opportunity. I think that we could see another dip in the price for Coinbase and another buying opportunity to get into it. And as the market settles, as this identity crisis for cryptocurrency goes out, because that's exactly what it is. Crypto, I believe that it's here to stay. Bitcoin, I don't know if it's going to stay on top. I really like Ethereum, and the more that I read about Ethereum, it is such a versatile cryptocurrency, and its momentum, I think, is overtaking Bitcoin, and I think it's just going to keep on overtaking Bitcoin. And well, I mean, this is about Coinbase, not about Ethereum or Bitcoin. However, both of which are tradable on Coinbase. This right now, in my opinion, is the big dog in crypto exchanges, and one that's going to go on to be one of the big market leaders. And it is nice that it is trading on the NASDAQ currently. So that's why I stand behind Coinbase, and I think this is going to be, I am an investor here. This is one that I plan on holding on to for a long time and adding to my position at different moments, not on a day like today when it was up as much as it was. It looks like it had an 8% up from yesterday's close. So that today wasn't the day to buy for me. If we get another day that looks like this, if we get another drop in the crypto space, I think those drops are temporary. I think there's going to be a big shakeout, and it's going to drop a lot of the smaller coins, a lot of the altcoins, and I think that the big ones that we currently have are going to hang on, and I think that they're going to gain strength as the investors leave the small coins, as they kind of wither away. Then that money that's left over is going to flow into the bigger coins and the more popular coins, and especially as Ethereum moves into proof of stake versus proof of work, that's just going to be a major shift for them, and that's going to be a huge catalyst in Ethereum's price. So analyst estimates for Coinbase, getting back to this, 250 as the low 12-month price target, 409 as the middle, and this is on 13 analyst estimates, 650 as the high. I think that we're going to land somewhere close to this middle, in the mid to upper 300 range. And really, I mean, we just got to wait and see what happens in the crypto space. I think that the time is going to come and go for the drop-off in crypto, and then I think it's just going to come roaring back, and I think it's going to come back stronger than where it's at right now. So let me summarize. Voyager Digital, once again, congratulations. And to anybody who is an investor in Voyager Digital, whether you use their exchange or that you actually own their OTC stock, I think that we're going to see good things in the very near future for them. Tomorrow should be a pretty excellent day. Voyager, I think, will keep on nibbling at that market share, and if they can keep that momentum going that they have, not that the growth numbers are going to be as enormous as they are now, but if they can keep chipping away at the market share and get into the foreign markets like they'd like to, in the Canadian market, into the European market, and if they can keep on expanding their services that they offer, I think that we're going to be in really good shape for Voyager. Coinbase is still my number one. I like Coinbase a lot. I think that we could at least see another $100 from here over the next 12 months, going from the 240-ish that we closed today up to more like the 350-ish, maybe even onto 400. But really, we need to see how long it takes for the cryptocurrencies in order to sort of redefine themselves and find their place at where they're at. So we know that they are a future. We just need to know what the future is for them. And really, until that's decided, until we find out, where they really fit in terms of currencies and exchanges and securities, that's all stuff that needs to be sorted out. And it's going to be a mess for a while. But once it gets set, I mean, we're really, in my mind, going to see a rapid inflation in just a very select number of cryptocurrencies. And to me, Ethereum is that number one choice. And I plan on making a video on Ethereum, or several videos on Ethereum, I should say, just because I'm just blown away by all the things that I read about it. All right, I better let you go. If you guys are interested, there is a link down in the description to my Patreon. If you go over there and sign up for it, you get access to my growth portfolio, my dividend portfolio, my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks, and I'm thinking about putting together a list of cryptocurrencies. I think that at this point in time, I need to put that out there, because I think that with this recent sell-off, it's a good time to really start to, especially during the volatility, because I don't think that we're done yet. I think that there's still going to be a lot more volatility. I think there's going to be lots of opportunities. So spending time to research, who the winner is going to be. Is it going to be Ethereum like I think that it will be? Is it going to be Bitcoin because it cleans up its reputation by switching all to renewables? Are we looking at proof of work versus proof of stake? There's just so much that needs to be decided with cryptocurrencies, and I certainly don't know nearly enough to say which one it's going to be. As a matter of fact, nobody really knows. Goldman Sachs came out and said they think Ethereum is going to pass Bitcoin, and they've done a lot of work on that as well. I'm not saying that they know it all. They're still just guessing. Even if it is an educated guess and they have reasons to back it up, that's up for them. So anyway, let me move on. If you guys wanted to check out a trading platform, let me suggest WEBULL. There's a link for that down in the description. By signing up and depositing $100 using that link, you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 total. I get 2 free stocks for the referral. So if you want to support the channel in that way, you guys get free cash. You get an awesome trading platform. I get some free money out of it that is at absolutely no cost to you. So it's a wonderful option. Finally, if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and due diligence. Contact a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.